Welcome back to the Charles Ogan
Awesome,
Experience, episode 31. Can you believe it? We've done 31 of these fucking
31
episodes.
Unpaid hours. Guys, like and subscribe.
Yeah, get on
And,
that. Still, guys, whatever podcast platform you're listening on, like, follow, rate it. If you're listening right now, you can easily just go top left, follow, and rate with the little stars. You get 5 stars.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Free privates if you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me.
I'm just going to put this gain down very slightly. I made a
Sure.
mistake last one.
Fuck.
All
Too
right,
loud.
Let's see.
Too much
No,
loudness.
that's good. Anyway, what's going on? We did some training today.
We did some training.
We had
both jiu-jitsu and
yeah, that was great.
that's it. Normal training.
We did some wrestling rounds.
Did some wrestling. Yeah. That was good.
Struggled to take me down. I'm
Yeah.
not surprised though.
Wouldn't say so, but
Cooking me,
Yeah,
so to
cooking.
speak.
cooking. You were cooked, weren't you?
Yeah, I was good. I was pretty tired.
Yeah, cooked.
Bit tired in the
Yeah.
end. You get there.
Yeah.
Good rounds.
It's good though. Good fun. Really, guys, try jiu-jitsu if you haven't already started. It's an excellent sport.
If you haven't started, you should definitely get into it.
Definitely get going. Go to your local academy and just ask them, "Can I sign up for jiu-jitsu?" And
Great.
you'll have a great time.
You're really doing a lot's work here.
Honestly, don't go to a Nazi gym either. There's a lot of them.
Yep.
Just be careful.
Stay away from the cultist gyms.
Yeah. Stay away from the cultist gyms.
Yep.
Choosing your first gym.
You had a good weight session as well with Kiwan Gracie. He
Yeah.
joined. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Local cult leader.
Local. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was great.
Lifts are coming up, to be fair. We're moving well. We did the safety bar today, which was
Yeah.
the safety bar is a nice
Safe.
option. Just keeps the shoulders out of it. Just allows you to sit a little bit differently at the
Yeah,
bottom of the squat. Still attain a deep squat. Well, let's actually go through. People are interested in this. Then we did some Copenhagen side planks, long levers, because we've been doing the short levers on the knees recently. So we decided to go from the feet holding.
Yeah. Could feel it on my knees. That's
Yeah.
a rehab exercise for my knee that I've neglected.
It hits that.
Yeah.
It's good on that.
Yeah,
Hits the adductors, gets the tendons on the knees. Then we did some bench, 3x6, some single arm rows, 3x12, RDLs, elevated RDLs.
They were fucking hard.
Yeah, they were fucking hard.
Fuck.
3x8 with a 3-second eccentric. People ask me all the time, what can I do to get better grip strength? Just lift heavier stuff for longer
Yeah.
periods of time. It's really fucking simple.
Yeah, the 3 seconds make all the difference.
Yep.
Fuck.
Some shoulder press, some hammer curls, and skull crushes. There it is. Did some of the direct arm work.
It's so simple.
Key details.
It's so simple.
And we do it again.
Yeah.
One more time throughout the week, and then that's it.
We'll go
Repeat,
again
repeat,
on
repeat.
Thursday. Then and that'll be it.
How's your jits going?
Weights completed.
What's going on?
Very well. Just working my choi bars, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll stop talking about what I'm working on soon. But
Yeah,
for the moment, choi bars, and just improving in all aspects. Trying to be more decision based. Try and be very present when I'm rolling and not just go through the motions. Make decisions.
Some
Key.
people.
Yeah, got to try and correct grip at the correct time, correct decision more than necessarily precise grips.
Yeah.
Head, body, head, that sort of thing. Like they do in boxing.
Say again.
Head, body, head,
You mean just tricking people?
arm, leg, arm. Yeah, not tricking people though, but you do a move, doesn't work. You find out it doesn't work because they must have given you the legs. So you go for the legs, then they give you back the arm. The usual shit.
Fainting.
But yeah,
It's like the equivalent
it's
of fainting.
not quite fainting though, because you're just forcing more and more reactions in that.
Sick.
Have I got
No, that was me.
just a bit
That was yeah.
from earlier?
No,
Yeah.
that was me. Yeah.
They'll get it.
All right. We got to speed things up today. I've got to get out of here in about 40
Right.
minutes. Let's get some
Let's reel them
questions.
off. I've circled the questions I want answered.
All right.
So, how do you fight when the top guy gets a strong underhook from shin to shin?
How do you fight when the top guy gets a strong underhook from shin to shin?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Well, you got to, as in you want to.
No.
Yeah. All right. So
Get that phone away now.
you got to basically get your. You got to get your frame back, bro. If you lost the underhook, and you're shin on shin, it means you don't have a knee shield. It means you're fucked.
They're going to fucking get a crossface in.
Maybe you
You're
got a
fucked
stomp
chest to
on their
chest.
far leg. That's all you got left.
Am I confusing this position? So shin to shin.
They have an underhook, not a crossface. Yeah.
Oh, they've got the underhook.
Yeah.
Oh, their knee cutting.
Yeah, they're knee cutting, bro.
They're knee
Looks
cutting.
like you fucked up, big man.
Deontay Leon Mateusz Jasinski.
True that, actually.
He got a sick underhook on that.
Yeah, there you
Very,
go.
very, very quick as well.
Very fast.
Very
yeah.
quick.
I think that's the safest way to deal with Shashinsky without getting injured.
Yep.
Just
Just
try and get it over as quickly as possible.
Yeah. But if they get the underhook, it's pretty much
That's
they're
why
going
I
to be
don't go
quick
elbow deep on the shin to shin.
because you're too committed.
Because you're too committed, and then when they get the underhook, you can't run away and get your cross shoulder post back in.
Right.
So you get fucked.
Yeah, because they're past you. They're so far past you once they get their knee cut in.
Yeah, basically you can't swim that hand in because you're too deep. Your shoulder's too close. You're finished.
What was another good? Deontay Leon, I feel like he's exceptionally good at that.
Andrew
particular
Wiltsey.
one. Andrew here?
Wiltsey.
Who'd he face? You
I
sent
don't
that
know.
to
He
me.
just does that all the time. Pedigo.
Yeah.
One of the Pedigo guys. Knee cutter extraordinaire.
Nice.
Who else? JT Torres. Pretty tasty knee cut.
Yep.
Who else?
From the underhooks.
Yeah. I'd say like Lucas Lepre. Don't really watch too much of him, but yeah, probably him as well. Good knee cut though.
There you go.
It's just a timing thing. You know, shoot the underhook and then commit to it really hard. Have strong MCLs.
Also, make sure that your opponent is committed to the shin on shin too.
Yeah, as in if you don't get the underhook, it's not the end of the world, but you probably have to do some backtracking to not get leg entry'd. So yeah, can suck.
Yeah, we'll get those show notes. So what was the answer? Don't get knee cut.
So the answer is don't go elbow deep when you're playing the shin on shin.
What do we do instead?
Go wrist deep with a force grip and tuck your elbow inside your knee.
Like a gymnast.
So if they do get the underhook, you're at least like an elbow width away, so you can just run away and recircle your hand back in front of them.
More space.
Yeah, more space, exactly. So yeah, don't let them get deep on the underhook if you've got no frame, because then they just pass your guard basically.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. And then worst case scenario, let's say they're super tight to you, you can try and like stomp on their far leg to off balance them and then circle your hand in. But
Just to kick him away.
yeah, but realistically,
You should be here. You'd be got false grip there. Start stomping that.
Sometimes maybe got to just try and get like a quarter guard, work back to a half guard, and give them the underhook and everything. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
You fucked up quite hard there.
It's not looking good, fam.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Breath.
Don't let them get the underhook.
Right, let's continue.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a pretty a nice little warm-up question, but pretty standard one. Most effective wrestle up from butterfly guard, and when it's a good idea to go for it. So what I like to do is, let's say you're playing shin on shin and they're standing and they're not really hand fighting enough of you, or their posture's a bit too high for you to like move their upper body, then you just start to stand up, like going straight towards them, and most of the time you just get a leg entry off of it instead of the whole wrestle up.
Sick.
Mate.
Because they're trying to balance off. They're backing up, giving you more space to the legs.
Yeah. And then you stand up, and then they start to pressure down, because like obviously you can't. If you stand up right under someone, they'll just sprawl on you.
Yeah.
And then as they sprawl, you re-into the legs.
Sick.
Yeah, sick. Such an easy, so simple, man. Jiu-jitsu is easy. Buy the Roger Gracie t-shirts.
I feel like we spoke about it last week with the shout out my knowledge, Bishesha Gordon Ryan, where he kept trying to stand up.
Yeah.
Bishesha
Yeah,
didn't
similar.
allow that.
But this one's from shin on shin. Yeah, I guess same thing.
You said butterfly.
Yeah, he said butterfly, to be fair. Yeah, butterfly, just standing up. You got to get to a side though if you're playing. Butterfly's like
You got to get the
square for
angle.
me.
You're gonna get body lock if you try and stand up straight away. No.
Yeah.
No.
Or you might get LCL injury like Nicky Ryan did. If you're like square in front of them, you've got to like cross your legs underneath them and then stand up. And if they sprawl, you might pop one of your knees. So that's why I always go to an edge. I edge and then
You edge
and
out.
then I
Just
stand
edge
up.
for a little bit and then
I stand up.
and then stand up. Great.
Yeah. So edging is the answer.
Get to a near edge.
Right to the
Yeah.
close to it. And
Cut
and
the
then
angle.
Cut back, and then you might get a leg entry.
So opt for you got options there for the wrestle up, cut the angle, but also that will prompt them to move and potentially be off balanced. So you got the leg option too.
Yeah. So cut the angle, and then also
Sick.
when you do it, even if it's the first couple times doing it, you can just expect to pull back to guard, because there's not really any risk to it in that sense.
Right.
The risk, I guess, is if you sit up and then they take an underhook and you try pull back to guard, then you get fucked. Then you're back in a shin on shin or something with they've got the underhook and you fucked up.
They're fucking knee slicing
Yeah,
down.
they're slicing
Back to
you, bro.
question one.
They're slicing you.
Rewind back to question one and then you figure it out.
Chronological podcast.
Let's crush.
We did plan this. Fair play.
Huh?
We planned this, and now the questions are happening all chronologically.
Yeah.
Good podcasting. All right then.
Great podcasting skill. We're getting better.
And leads naturally on to what is your preferred way to break down a strong opponent from Turtle? So once you've wrestled up and taken him down to Turtle, how do you get him down?
You know, you're real good at that. Like, I feel like if I'm in Turtle, obviously my Turtle isn't great, but you're very good at like wedging that knee to a tight space between my armpit and my tight space and my hip.
Arspit.
Yeah.
That's one style. So I think either you go try and wedge your knee in really tight and then break them over with force, like going half Nelson or something, or like flattening them out and then making them go to their back. So flattening people out is a good one as well, rather than trying to roll them belly down. But normally you get one hook in, or you get like wedges for a hook in, then you get diagonal control like the opposite shoulder, and then you try and like break them over so you can get a seatbelt, and then you can get your second hook in. And then if they turn to Turtle, once you have the hooks in, then you flatten them out.
You're just trying to off balance them a little bit so you can get the hooks and the hands in.
Yeah. That's a different one. So if they're too tight for you to get anything in, let's say you're just next to someone and they're curled up in a ball, and at any second they'll just like spaz roll really fast and retain guard.
Yeah.
Then you just hold their hip and tip them over onto their side, and then you get a seatbelt or something once they're facing the ceiling.
Right.
Because it's harder for them to defend the hands when you're both face up.
Right.
And the legs, I guess, and the hooks. So better to get them seated, right? Basically, and if they're tight, then you hold their hip and pull them over just by swinging around them, and then if they're loose, then you can't really tip them over. Then you just put the hooks in.
Get the hooks in.
And
Wedge the knee.
Yeah, and then half Nelson them over.
What do we think about that John Danaher one where he gets the crucifix? How he's like wedging the knee, then he's like scooping the arm.
Yeah, if you can catch the arm.
Hard to do.
Yeah, I guess, if you can catch the arm. But normally people like tuck their arms in, you try and get a hook in, and they sort of like bump you off to the side, you're getting a hook in. It's not really that easy.
The process, you'd more likely fall off and try to get set up.
Yeah, or it's just a bit like hit and miss. Like sometimes you might get the hook in really clean across their body, and then sometimes they just like block it with their elbow, and then they're completely out. So if you just go for the like lift and swing your hooks in method, then you end up losing the position a lot of the time. I don't know. It's pretty effective, but it's like a slightly high risk.
Right.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. High risk, high reward. So better to be done on people that aren't so aware, I guess. People you don't train with often.
And people who are very good, they have a tighter turtle, so off balance a little bit, get them seated.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you got to read the person. If they're always exploding out and you're setting stuff up and then they just explode out, maybe it would be better to just go for one really explosive move. Or you could think of it the other way. I'd say just better every time you're there, just try and stay on top regardless, and then as your main focus, then try and tip them over secondarily.
Where should most of your weight be? On like their hips, or
on their hips. Yeah. You want to like first of all slow them down from an invert and regard, so that would be like putting weight on their butt so they can't forward roll so quickly.
Yeah,
and then from there you need to get one of your knees in, not necessarily a hook, but if you could get a hook, you get it. And then, just being able to follow people when they roll really well.
Yeah.
Which is,
be sticky.
Yeah, being sticky with just the seatbelt as well. Being really good at resetting from the seatbelt.
Except T Kimuras, etc.
Yeah.
Hard to do. Although, if you get the seatbelt, you can set up T Kimuras for that.
Yeah. I wouldn't go Kimura from top, though.
No.
Necessarily. Not from Turtle. I would say Kimura gives you the seatbelt, and then the seatbelt gives you the hooks or...
Right. Seatbelt's better than T Kimura in this particular scenario.
But only once they're seated. Like, I wouldn't go seatbelt if they're in Turtle a lot of the time.
Got it.
Yeah, unless you get a hook in or like your knees wedged in. You know what I'm saying? If you're just behind someone, you don't have your legs in, you should have a body lock to slow their hips down, and then you can try and go tip them over to a seatbelt, or you can try and get your legs in and then go half Nelson, then get a seatbelt. But I would basically only get the seatbelt if I know I can tip them over, or if I've already got a hook in and I'm going to tip them over with the half Nelson.
Big Dave does this one. So for my turtle, he'll like get his hands and like forcefully just get them in, like around my like tummy area, and then they'll like open me up a little bit. Then he just gets the fucking hooks in from there.
What if you just spaz roll really fast as he does that?
Then I've retained. Well, I don't always retain.
Get to bottom out.
I'll get to bottom out.
Yeah.
Or get to a better position.
I think spinning to bottom out is a good idea, and then just getting your hands on the hips first and kipping.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's better. Just kipping escape all the time.
Pull mount and kip.
Yeah. Pull mount and kip. Seems like the best really escaping the back is way harder than escaping mount.
Yeah.
Because all you need is the hands on the hips, and then you're gonna
Kip.
you're gone. Yeah. But belly down back control is obviously the worst.
That's horrific.
Yeah.
That's your spinal.
Yeah.
That's-
It's spinal. Yeah.
That's spinal.
Yeah, and it's also upper spinal as well. Your neck. People can twist your neck and shit, and then be cranking it before you get a chance to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, how to deal with someone that starts going hard / spazzing in a retarded way after you sub him. It seems a bit redundant, but anyway.
After you sub it.
Spazzing in a retarded way.
Same thing,
As
bro.
opposed to what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just either stall the round out to annoy them, or if you have lots of energy, then just try
Mount
and
them.
continue subbing them. But honestly, I would just stall the round out and annoy them as much as possible.
Oh, go look at our previous podcast on
Yeah.
how to annoy people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's better. Like if you sub someone, then they start going really hard. It's almost better to just
Annoy them.
dead out the roll. Let's say you're playing bottom guard. It's always closed, either closed guard or closed knee shield or like half butterfly guard with loads of hooks in tight, and you're shelling and you're not reaching for anything. And yeah, you're just letting the time go by and keep checking on their face to see how angry they are. And then as the top player, you just negative hand fighting. So you hand fight really hard up until the point you lose the hand fight. Then you use your whole body to retract and then re-enter again. Yeah. That's what I do anyway. if someone's just going nuts. Yeah. Also, you don't want to get injured, and you don't want to give them the satisfaction of subbing you when they're just going nuts. So yeah, these are your only options.
Nice. Rather than wasting your energy mounting them and pinning them and mount.
Well, if you can do that,
If you
then,
can do that,
then
then
yeah, I
that's
guess
so, yeah.
you can just hold them there till they calm down. But let's say that it's someone who's super dangerous and like, you know, you can't get to mount without risk of them
Hurting.
spazzing and hurting you. Yeah.
Spazzing retardedly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That one.
That happens.
That one.
And yeah, if you're at risk of getting hurt from that, then
Troll
it's
them.
just yeah. Keep yourself safe. Look them in the eye.
Annoy them.
Let them know that you don't actually mind just wasting the rest of your 4 minutes to keep yourself healthy.
Well, there we go.
All right, so yeah, that was
What about the Helton style? What about punching them in the face? That Helton did you.
yeah.
Wasn't it Helton? That was his name?
Yeah, that's the name. That's good lad. Well, that works, I guess. But you just have to make sure that you
let-
don't apologize.
Yeah, no.
You just excuse yourself.
Yeah.
Just doing
Oh,
the
I
techniques.
shake my hand.
Yeah. But in a way, that was me basically doing that because I was just hand fighting really hard. And then he got angry to the point that he punched me.
Well, there it is.
Even though, yeah, so you can do it if you're the one subbing them. Yeah, because, yeah, I sub them, then he gets really angry and punches me. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
if they punch you in the face, I guess, then you just tell the teacher. Which is what I did.
Sir.
Daddy, call your daddy and tell him.
Daddy, I can't believe it. He's punching me, Daddy. Make him stop.
Go to a new gym. Find a new gym or get a lawyer if you get punched.
Exactly.
I should do that.
Sue him.
That'd be sick. I
He'll
should
be,
sue
he'll be listening.
Hannah. Raina Gracie. All right.
Yeah, get Hannah Gracie.
How can I make my legs as wiry as yours? I think he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Those are fucking wiry, bro.
Those
Chicken
chicken legs. Just lift loads of weights, which we do.
Single leg squats, yeah?
Yep. Loads of weights.
Define wiry.
Skinny.
Slim but strong.
Yeah, we got skinny legs.
Slim but strong legs.
Just yeah.
Why don't we do calf work? I was thinking that.
Yeah, get
Wouldn't
on
it be sick
calf
to do
work.
some calf work?
It would. Jokes aside, calf work's actually pretty good.
Should we do some?
Jumping. Yeah, when we do like jumping stuff, it's all part of it. Not
Too
here.
tall for here, yeah?
Not here, but
Too much hops.
too much hops.
Yeah.
Wiry legs. Yeah, just genetics, isn't it?
Genetics, that's the answer. It's better to have wiry legs.
I would say so than
Yeah.
fucking tree trunks. Unless you're a woman, and you want the thickness.
Yeah.
But even them.
Tree trunks are alright, but I feel like you get more weight than what it's worth.
Yep.
Kind of changes your style
It's
to
gonna
the
slow-
top down guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want the wiry legs, fit in smaller places, fit in different places, different angles.
Yeah, true that. Wiry, but I guess they get fewer knee injuries as a big fella.
You'd be surprised. More weight.
Yeah,
Holding more
maybe,
weight.
Yeah. Well, if they're just fat on top as well.
Well,
But
yeah.
if you've got big legs,
If you're a
and short-
fucking big cunt with thick legs. Shout out Jay Bell. Jay Bell, actually. He loved Jay
such
Bell.
a good video.
Yeah. Jay Bell. If Jay Bell, if you're listening, you got thick.
Nice legs, bro.
You got thick set legs.
Yeah, yeah. That's a pretty nice leg, bro.
For a big fat man.
Yeah. Who's he? Lives his fat mate, yeah?
Lives his
Lives his fat mate, that was the name. He wasn't even fat.
No, he's not fat.
He's not even properly fat.
He
He's
used to
just-
be fat. Now he's fucking. Now he's in great nick.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, he's been
He
lifting.
used to be fat and then he just...
He was once fat. Yeah.
He fell off the wagon.
No, he fell off the fat wagon.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What a waste of a good human.
Fatness. Yeah.
So yeah, split squats or something, or just genetics?
For wiry legs. I mean, we do plenty of legs. I
Yeah.
mean, that's if you want to get. You could get really thick legs, maybe if you wanted to, but you'd have to probably train legs like 3-4 times a week. Not even like 3 times a week, and eat loads.
Just
and
do more legs
you'd probably need to get on some gear to really.
to get thicker legs.
I would say so. Yeah.
Damn.
Just do
What a shame.
bodyboarding. If you want to get thick legs, just do bodyboarding. But you may have the genetics for thick legs. Some people, it's like just
Is there
it
one
really
exercise
is
that
just
would suit me?
genetics, huh?
Is there one exercise that would do it for me, Doc?
No, yeah.
One, one exercise. What one exercise can make me thicker
Calf raises.
all around?
Yeah,
Sick.
no, like genetics, bro.
Yeah.
We train legs a lot. If you're gonna have thick legs, you would have thick legs by now.
Fuck.
It's over, unless you want to get on the tran.
I'm leaving. When body lock passing, how do you deal with opponent self-framing on the knee like Penna did against NR?
Nicky Rudd.
Oh, right. So, apparently knee cut.
That match was so dry, man.
It was alright. It was alright. It was tactical.
I watched a little bit. I
It was
didn't watch all of
tactical.
it.
I mean,
It's like-
if you knew when to skip, it would have been a great match, basically. Little
Right.
10-second pauses here and there that have got to be done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Better than golf. And people pay loads to watch golf, so
yeah.
yeah. All right, so yeah, knee cutting through the middle. I guess if they're framing on their knee. Also, if you can pull their knee into like a half guard with your inside leg, then you can kind of pull their knee to the floor. Otherwise, yeah, knee cutting or getting your elbow inside the knee and then connecting your hands and then knee cutting if you can't do that. But yeah, it's a pretty that's basically it. If you can't clear the knee when you're body locking, you've got to go over the inside. Or you can try and push the knee with your hand. You can try and just let go of the body lock, push the knee, and then they're gonna like hand fight a little bit. Then you reconnect. Then you get your elbow inside,
It's very
reconnect
hard.
your grip.
With that self frame, you have to address that self frame, though. You're gonna shift, at least
But
shift
rather
it.
than pushing it wide, just push it between, like stuff it between your legs.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Rather than push it down.
yeah.
Push it in. and
Push
down.
it in. Yeah.
Right.
Between, like, stuff it between your legs rather than sideways down to the floor.
Got him.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, like,
Go down the middle then, as you said.
I mean, yeah, if they're trying to stop you from stepping over the knee, it's just a matter of time sort of thing. If you're still struggling, you can, like, hook their leg in a half guard and try and sprawl to pull it back closer to the floor and then stuff it between your legs with your free hand.
Right.
So rather than going, like, sideways, just go between. That's my advice.
Sick.
Anything more? Got to buy another DVD. Someone else's, though. I haven't done one on that yet. All right, let's see the questions.
Next question.
Let's go to a different style question.
Yeah, give it to me.
Is using the adductor machine a good idea? My gym buddy walks off every time I use it.
He said gay.
Yeah, he said gay. Sorry, I misread that.
He said gay.
It's hard, easy to.
Yeah, the adductor machine is great. It is not gay, whatever gay exercise is. I would say for jits guys, it's probably, yeah. I mean, you can definitely load it up. I would say at the end of the session where you use the adductor machine, I would do some like Cossack squats or some stretches for the adductor just to make sure you keep them like relatively supple. But no, it's a legit machine.
I've used it once before when I was 21 and I could do all the weights on it.
Sick.
Yeah, I think it's too easy, fam.
Yeah. Well, then you can
do
do
holds.
just do different. Just do like Copenhagen side planks, different variations of Copenhagen side planks. You can do like raises up and down. You don't just have to keep it at static holds for the Copenhagens. You can do up and down raises. You could do different variations: Cossack squats, lateral goblet squats. By all means, though, if you're recovering from an injury, use the adductor machine if you need it. Yeah. It's not like
is that the closing one or the opening one?
so. Adducting is adding towards the hips. Abducting is moving away,
Nice.
like a
So
abducting a.
this one, I guess.
Yeah, the adductor machine
Yeah.
where you go bang,
Yeah.
bang. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I probably wouldn't use it. I wouldn't purchase one.
Nah.
When you can do lateral squats and goblet squats and Copenhagen side planks. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you could do.
Yeah, it seems like a waste.
Yeah, like I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a machine or particularly use it in the gym. I think you can do other
What
things.
should he do for his friend who keeps walking off?
Start kissing him. Tell him to come back and kiss him.
True that.
That'll teach him.
True that.
Yeah. What do you think this gay? Come
Yeah.
here.
Come on in,
Come on.
if you think so.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's a good machine. It's fine.
Yeah, nothing.
I wouldn't use it though.
Nothing against big adductor. All right.
No.
Knees over toes.
We like big adductors good.
Big adductor.
Yeah, they're good.
The industry.
Yeah.
Knees over toes. Work and sled. Work for ACL sprain. Read that like a 5-year-old. Knees over toes work and sled work for ACL sprain rehab. Is
Yeah.
that the pinnacle of ACL rehab?
No, it's not.
It's the pinnacle. man.
It's as good as
It
it
doesn't
gets.
get more complicated than pushing a sled.
It is good as that. It just depends on what level you're at with the ACL rehab. Like I don't know where you're at because you're gonna have different stages working with a physio on your ACL. So I'd need to know what stage you're at. The sled is good. Is it magical? We spoke about this last week. No, it's not. It's just a unilateral pushing exercise or unilateral. Again, like even if you're doing sled pulls, it's still a pushing exercise. It's going to target the VMOs. What do you need for like strong knees? You need a strong VMO, which is this here, the inside teardrop muscle, strong glutes, strong adductors. You say strong fucking legs. If you can squat well, if you're at a stage where you can squat post your ACL injury, squat. Squat variations are great. Zercher squats, back squats, safety bus squats, front squats, whichever squat variation you choose is going to be great. Adding in another split squat variation or a single leg variation is going to be another great idea. Same for hamstrings. Training your hamstrings through a training your hamstrings through when they're straightened, like an RDL, so hip extension and a knee flexion. Is a sled magical? No, it's not. It's good though. I like
Depends
it.
on the sled.
Depends on the sled. If we had one in here, we would use it. Definitely.
Fair play.
Once a week.
Where would I push it? Just up and down the corridor.
Up and down the corridor. Well, let's say we move into a new place. We have a sled track. We may or may not. I don't know if I'll get one. But it's good. We will use if we had access to a sled, we'd use it probably once a week.
Is there a treadmill version of a sled push?
You can do dead sprints, but again, you can't load that up. It's just one speed really.
What as in?
Oh, I see what you mean. Just like pushing a sled on like a
Treadmill.
cyclical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maintain. Then you
What
could progressively overload.
What
easier.
a good investment.
Invention.
Invention. Invent that.
I'm trademarking that.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's too late.
That's actually that's a fair invention.
Yeah, thanks, man. The sled push.
Yeah.
Just get on it. And
It cost £10,000.
now that we've already mentioned it, though,
Someone's gonna
the
invent one.
copyright won't be available. What a shame. Have to wait a bit till the next invention. So yeah, sled push. I'd
Sled
be happy
push
to do
good.
that. I already cycle here and back though. So
Sleds are good.
Same thing.
Not the same. Not the same. Same thing.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
so knees over toes, guys, there's no magical exercise. All these people are like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm so much stronger because you just did a different variety of exercises. You actually started doing some unilateral exercises, or maybe you actually started squatting ass to grass. And because he's giving you the slant board, most people fuck up squats, yeah? But if you have your heels elevated, it puts you in a better position. It keeps you more upright. So when he was ranting about the slant board and keeping you more upright when you're squatting, he's just fixing a lot of the way normal people squat, which is shit.
Who's Ely?
The knees over toes fella.
Oh.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like brought attention to slant boards and doing unilateral exercises. In my opinion, that's all
Would
he's
you
done.
say most people have poor dorsiflexion? And that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
they can't. Would you say it's a genetic thing more than just not?
No,
doing
you
it?
can train that, bro.
Yeah.
You can train that.
Yeah.
You can train. Yeah, the
Easy.
majority of people I've trained through, which is literally thousands of people.
Yeah. Same.
When you do, when you elevate their heels and they squat, it looks a lot
makes
better.
them better.
Yep, there you go.
Why don't you just train their dorsiflexion?
But it does train the dorsiflexion. You're helping their dorsiflexion. You're putting them into a position where they can achieve more dorsiflexion.
Right.
It's not cheating. You're just assisting the dorsiflex position, and by doing that, by having a better squat, being stronger in a squat with the slant board or the plates underneath the heels. If you eventually take those away in time, once they've developed a strong squat, it will be stronger. and
Fair
they will have
play.
more dorsiflexion.
Congratulations to him. When the time comes, it'll be good to finally get rid of the slant boards. I imagine for them.
Yep. Or they could just keep using them. To be fair, hit squats a bit more.
Yeah.
No, there's no shame in the slant boards at all. Zero.
Maybe they should just squat on their tiptoes.
Like Christian Osbeck.
Yeah, that, and then just do a squat right on the toe.
Sissy squat. That's actually a move. Not like that, but
Just
on the
like
toes.
this.
Not like that.
Like this, bro. on the nail. on the nail.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. We should build up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Cool, bro.
That'll be next lesson. How to decide overall interval cardio session length and the work to rest ratios.
Yeah, this Phil asked me a question, and I said I'd get back to him in the morning. I didn't. I forgot. For jiu-jitsu fellas, I would just do it. Just again, it's subjective. Depends on your schedule. Let's say you're doing, and particularly what you need help with the most. For most jiu-jitsu guys, they're just going to need to improve their overall aerobic base. How do we do that? We keep working for an extended period of time, like let's say over 20 minutes. So 20 to 60 minutes, I think it's going to be sufficient. Whether you do that on a bike, a rower, or a ski erg, or a VersaClimber, or running or swimming, that's great. We like that because you can sustain that for designated period of time. It's not going to It's not going to trash you. Heart rate's relatively low, 60 to 70%. You're tapping more into your fat storages, and it's a great way to actually build your heart and lung capacity. Yeah.
Nice.
I recommend most jiu-jitsu guys build their aerobic base if you're really unfit, and then so you could do that once a week, potentially twice a week, because it's not very fatiguing. And then if you wanted to advance things a little bit more, you could start adding in some interval work. The interval work doesn't have to be particularly complicated. It's just you could go for 1-to-1 work-rest ratios, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We have a complete recovery between rounds because the amount of time you're working is the same amount of time that you're resting. And you could build those sets up week to week. So as an example, we could go 30 on, 30 off times 10 one week. Next week times 15. Week after times 20. Week after times 25. Week after times 30. Then you could build your way back down. By building your way back down, you're going to increase the intensity that you're still working at because you know you have less reps to do. You'll work at a harder pace, as an example. Then you could do other work intervals where you have incomplete rest, which is going to be very good for your overall ability to get your heart rate down after periods of sustained efforts. As an example, 3 minutes on, 90 seconds off, 5 minutes on, 90 seconds off, 8 minutes on, 90 seconds off, etc. It's hard work, but you can just
honest work.
It's fucking honest work.
Fucking honest and
It's not
wholesome.
complicated. You just work hard for sustained effort, as a nice sustained effort, and then incomplete the rest, and then go again, and do that for a period of time, and then just progressively overload that. Here's a program for you now. Start with like 90 seconds on. So yeah, 90 seconds on, 60 seconds off, times 5. Build up to 10 rounds and then build your way back down. There's an 8-week program right there.
And what's the intensity?
Fucking hard. As hard as you can sustain.
8 out of 10 for the each one.
7 to 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Last ones, 9 to 10.
Yeah, I guess as time runs out, you can just waste yourself.
Yeah, you can waste yourself, but if you go too hard, and also like the fitter you are, the more you have an understanding of how hard you can push.
Yeah.
So again, having a really good aerobic base. By having a very good aerobic base, that increases your ability to get your heart rate down between those incomplete rest periods. If you don't have a good aerobic base during those rest periods, incomplete rest periods, you'll be fucked. And you'll just be finding it very hard to get your heart rate down, and you just won't recover before the next round.
It's not looking good, Rev.
Exactly, fam. So
aerobic base.
build the aerobic base first. I hope that answers the question.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What are the most important things to use pressure passing successfully? Some general ideas. So general ideas.
J point, bro.
J point is a pressure passing. I think it's the head position for me. The pressure of your body weight leaning into them.
Tripod.
And then combined with the mobility of your hands doing shit and your legs moving your angle, so you're doing everything at the right angle. You can think of it that way. Pressure passing is like you should have your body weight applied into your partner's frames
At all times.
Yeah, and try and make their frames weak by cutting angle and deflecting and all that kind of shit with your hands. So I'd say that's the general idea of pressure passing. like as you cut an angle, your partner's going to move their frames, you do something to the frames, and then they put some more frames in, and you cut an angle, and so on, and find another. Try and keep beating frames as you find new angles.
And if they commit too much to a frame, then there's ways to like negate that frame.
Slap the frame off and take an underhook and that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Or jump on legs. We all like to jump on legs.
Get on legs.
But yeah, general ideas, pressure passing, and you gotta be able to convert when you get to half guard. Because if you're able to apply pressure to people, but you're not passing their guard, like you probably got to work on the finishing touches
Over back.
when you're passing guard. Yeah. But even past that, when you get to like crushing people's head and stuff, and if they're managing to come out or just like bench press you off or just dumb shit, then
you gotta keep them pinned.
Yeah, gotta stay on top. That's part of the pressure as well. Is pressure over time. You gotta cook people. Unfortunately,
cook them out.
Yeah, and you can enjoy the process.
Fortunately, I mean that's my favorite bit.
Yeah.
Once I get past a bit of a knee, that's great.
Yeah, obviously it's great fun. Yeah, for the person on top.
Yeah.
Not
for the person on bottom.
Nah, they're getting fucked.
They're getting cooked down.
Getting destroyed. Yeah, the cooking. Well, once you get there, they're cooked. Basically, they're like.
Yeah, because they've been fighting off all those frames.
Yeah.
So it's also good to like, would you say, pace yourself with the passing?
Yeah. You need to not be
Purposely-
tired when you get there. You can't
okay.
just unless it's easy, but if you really like go so hard to get there and then you're in half guard and you can't really hold on because you're too tired, they're probably going to feel that you're not pressuring them, and they'll just bench press you off and you'll get sent back. Plus you'll be tired, so better to
You're
always
fucked.
maintain the same like
Intensity.
heart rate, intensity, whatever, and you're just applying pressure, and just whenever they choose to break, that'll be it. That'll be fine. Just take it. Yeah, and you can increase the intensity if you feel like there's a time pressure, obviously, but yeah, you always want to be like less tired than they are. Yeah, mainly.
That's true.
Yeah. Let's see if I've got any more questions, but I think
we
that
got?
was it. You know.
Well, the thing is that
more,
we've got to wrap it up fairly quickly within the next 2 minutes, I'd say.
All right,
we got
cool.
next? Let's get a little rapid fire.
Last one then. Thoughts on turtling / standing up in comparison to standard front on guard retention, and how can the guard possibly evolve? So, yeah, just standing up.
That was for you.
Hey,
That question was for
just standing up. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. If it's sweaty on the floor and you're standing up and people are jumping on you,
you. Stay down.
that's when I just think like it's not worth your knees potentially getting exploded.
No way.
So, but if it's like a good mat, then yeah, you can stand up a lot of the time. It's just when it's sweaty and slippery, that's when I don't like to do it. So that's when I like the standard guard retention. Also, it's more tiring to stand up.
Today was good on the mats. Wasn't too sweaty.
Yeah, it wasn't at the start, but then it was getting there towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started slipping around, losing my footing.
Just play guard for that.
Bullshit, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit. Or just walk really slowly around when you're wrestling, but that's not. That's just not good, is it? Yeah, just
not.
wrestle in slow motion.
Wrestle slowly.
Yeah. All right then.
Hi then. Support the podcast. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for the short app today, but we'll be back, don't worry.
It wasn't that short. We got
39 minutes.
It was rapid fire.
I do need to go though.
It's
Great.
time to go.
Great to see you. Support the podcast. Buy Owens instructionals.
Oh,
If you're
shit.
interested in getting strong, I've got my strength programs, which you can get strong with.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. All that. Anything else? That's it. We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in.
Charles Oden experience.
I'll come back.